Shankism 2.0. This is AP Modern World History. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit, taking a deep dive, a shallow dive into 2.2, the Mongol Empire and the modern world. The Mongols, they were a nomadic, and they were located in the north of the Gobi Desert on the Asian steppes. Not those steps. Those steps. Nice. Genghis Khan, the artist formerly known as Temujin, ruthlessly consolidated power in 1206 AD and became Genghis Khan, officially the ruler of all. The beginning of his conquest, in 1210, he attacked the Jin Empire, where he earned his reputation for being a terrifyingly brutal leader. Brutal, but effective, wiping out whole villages in a fantastically terrifying ways. If these unfortunate people surrendered to the great Khan, they would be spared. Genghis Khan wanted to keep people alive. The more alive you are, the more taxes you can pay. It's hard to pay taxes when you're dead, though. His Khanate, or kingdom, would stretch from North China to Eastern Persia. Hashtag not my Khan. Genghis Khan's wars. Mr. Khan would establish and develop an efficient command structure, messenger force, and these messengers were so good at riding, they could sleep on their horses. Right? And you thought you were good at sleeping. Nah. These messengers were hidden REM before you could even put your head down on the desk. This will eventually lead into like the Pony Express style system. It's like ancient iMessages. When GK, Genghis Khan, was forced to kill, he would slaughter the wealthy bellies, aka the aristocrats, but he kept the people with actual skill, such as craftsmen and miners and the unilliterates, he kept them alive. Engineers, they would capture them in China and Persia and would create siege weapons. Okay? Think Lord of the Rings 2 Towers. That would be used on their own people then too. So you're attacking your own people. That's diabolical. Pax Mongolica. This means Mongolian peace. Genghis Khan set up the Karakorum, or at the center of what is now Mongolia, as his capital. To navigate his armies, he had roads, and especially bridges, built to quickly move troops and supplies throughout his vast empire. His soldiers would also protect those roads with their really cool swords, the scimitars, the curved swords, right? Genghis Khan was like the liberal of his day. Granted religious freedom, cultural inclusion. He granted religious freedom, which is one of our founding rights as Americans. Lots of cultural infusions as well. He tried to unify his empire under the Uyghur alphabet. It didn't work at the time, but it's still used today in Mongolia. The empire will expand. Genghis Khan's grandsons will set up their own khanates. Bantu and the Golden Horde will conquer Russia, conquer what we know as Kiev today. Mongols would cut the Russians off for centuries in Europe, all the way up technically until like the 18th century. Russia decided it would behoove them if they all unified to stop further attacks. This is creating a
dynamically different culture than the rest of Europe.
One of his other second generational offsprings, Hulagu, creates the Ilkhanate, will lead armies in 1258 into the Abbasid territories, casually killing 200,000 residents there and the Caliph. Many Mongols, even Hulagu himself, will convert to Islam, but would later massacre Jews and Christians. Not ideal. Kublai Khan and the Yun dynasty. Again, lots of grandsons, but Genghis Khan. Kublai Khan was thirsty for China, which was ruled by the Song, as we talked about earlier, from 1235 to 1271. He fought the Song. He won and turned the Song into the Mongolian-controlled China called the Yun. Like his granddaddy, he inspired loyalty and religious tolerance. Mongols will eventually lose power. Kublai will hire foreigners instead of Chinese individuals for government positions. This is not smart, sir. It is not smart. He separated Chinese and Mongolians as well inside, so he's not as culturally as diverse. He's not including people. He'd also fail at conquering Japan twice. In the late 13th century, sailed across, and the kamikaze winds cut him down twice. If that wasn't a sign, nothing would be a sign. The Mongols would be overrun in 1350 by a Buddhist monk and his followers that would found eventually the Ming dynasty. The long-term impact? They're the largest contiguous empire ever. The largest meaning connected. Britain being the largest. They revitalized trade. They understood extreme benefits of central power and international law. The bubonic plague will spread, which is not ideal. Fighting techniques that would lead to the end of the knights in Europe. Their fighting techniques were obsolete after the Mongols. They got crushed. Walls would also become obsolete because of their siege capabilities and technologies. Well, this has been Shankism 2.0 AP Modern World History. That was our shallow dive into 2.2, the Mongol Empire and the modern world. Have a great day.